Now that's a hand to play to right there. That is definitely a hand to play to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't quite get them all in the picture if I zoom in very much at all. But you can see what a glorious sight that is. Oh my. And on top of that, I might be seeing a turkey back there. Nah, I don't think it's a turkey back there. Nah. That is pretty right there. Sit there and look at it. They are definitely, they know they're in heaven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My goodness. Uh-oh, it comes one more. Oh no, that's a turkey walking back there for sure. Not a deer. Oh my goodness. That was Thunder Chicken. Oh, he get something scared him. Oh, it's Apache. Apache coming down the road. Coming to take care of his baby girls. Yes, he is. Be wheeling right in here. Look at all those bucks. They're gonna take off running? Oh, you kidding me? You're gonna run toward the feeder. Get over here. Looky there. Oh my goodness. You come over here and I bet you his little girls, both of them run out there to meet him. Oh my, there's Apache. Happens every day. Happens every day. Apache's got him a big Coke bottle, 2-liter Coke bottle full of, oh, look at the baby girls. Oh, he's talking to them. Look at their little tails. Their little tails. There's my mama. My mama showed up. Got some bottles in there. That's precious. That is so precious. Oh, life is good. Well, as the Lord closes out another day, we had 4 bucks out there. One of them took off running like a banshee as soon as I came out. Oh, that's pretty. That color change on this camera. And look at them walking by those Canada geese out there. Look at that. Is that pretty? Back behind. That girl, it looks like she's still carrying. Walking by the geese. The lily pads in the back. How's that, sports fans? Back up a little bit. Is that picture perfect? Is that picture perfect? One of the bucks took off running like a banshee. There's TC walking by. When one deer runs, the others run. But of course, TC and Forrest are so used to me and my voice, and they know I'm a friend. Mr. Forrest, you want to see another pretty picture? How about that one right there? Could that go on a postcard? Yeah, buddy. That looks really nice. That looks really, really nice. The sun has set on another beautiful day that the Lord gave us. You know, gotta tell you, every day is a precious gift from God. When you think about how many people did not make it through today, how many people that are in the hospital right now. Miranda, who works for us, has had a tough evening last night and is in the hospital, actually on a ventilator, not doing really well. We're praying for her right now. But you think about God giving you a day. And as you get older, you appreciate the years, no doubt about that. But, you know, days turn into weeks, weeks turn into years, years turn into decades, And time flies. Time goes by quickly. And as it does, we begin to lose friends, more and more friends. The sun is set on this side of the house. It's not set on the other side of the mountain. You see the sun. I love it when it hits that mountain over there. Our yard's been totally in the shade for a while, but the other side of the mountain is still catching a little bit of sunlight. When we're out here on the lake filming, we try to stay in that sunlight as long as we can. Over there on the edge. Haven't filmed any shows here hardly lately on this lake. Probably need to do one or two. But as you get older, we lose friends. Many that are older than us. Some that are right about our age, which really gets our attention. And then many that are younger, particularly when you live as long as I have. You see several that are younger, sometimes 5 or 10 years younger, sometimes 20 or 30 years younger. And so, even if you don't believe in God, God's given you this day. God has given you this day. You know the thing about it, for those of you who don't believe in God, and I most of the people on our channel do, I know that, God still believes in you. Maybe one of the reasons he has you watching some of the channels like Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing and Twin Eagle Ranch and Catch a Better Life, where we have our devotions. Because God created you. He's not going to give up on you. You can reject him all your life. You'll not end up in a very nice place for the rest of eternity. You'll end up in the most horrible place in the world. But he keeps. Now Mr. Forrest walks by the geese. What a picture. Look at the way that deer walks. He doesn't walk, he struts. He's got every right to. Got every right to. God's not giving up on you. He created you, and he created that big, beautiful buck right there. Look at that. He stopped and posed a little bit. Good night, Forrest. We'll see you tomorrow, buddy. Seems like I never get tired of watching deer in the woods. Never get tired of watching deer around the water. And there's two big, beautiful bucks right there down around the lake. One pretty wild one. One doesn't seem to be quite so wild. But that is just gorgeous right there. It's kind of like when you're in a tree bow hunting. You catch glimpses of deer going through the woods. Many of them don't get anywhere near close to where you are. But it's such a thrill, especially when you see deers with racks like that right there. Of course, the deer are in velvet right now. So those bucks are looking bigger than they actually are, even though those are actually big. Those are actually big. Irrespective of the velvet, which makes their antlers look a little bit larger. As they disappeared over the hill, that was really something. Two big giants together. Quite a sight. I never get tired of looking at them. As we look out this morning, it's another glorious sight. We're just simply looking out one of the bedroom windows, one of the guest bedroom windows, and we see little buddy out there by the baby pen, the orphan's pen, abandoned pen, whatever we want to call it. We see Mr. Forrest, looks like, in the prayer circle, garbaging up some Bermuda grass that is growing well with the running the water sprinkler system every day, water out of the lake, which has got fertilizer in it, onto the grass. And Bermuda is doing great. The hotter it gets, the better the Bermuda does. See another deer laying out there. We look back beyond the burn cans. There's another deer. Probably several deer we can't see. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Yeah, that's a buck back there, laying on the ground. Looks like I may see. That's a big one too. Another buck right there to the left. I don't know. That looks like antlers. Out, we see an ear wiggle in between the tree and the trash can. You see that? And it looks like another buck laying back there. As you zoom out, you begin to find more deer laying in the woods. A doe. See a little bit of a buck back there in between those trees, I believe. I'm not positive. Mr. Forrest. I think that's just sunshine across the road. One of the babies. Looks like that's Black Beauty. It's got a lot of black on it. That's why Apache named her Black Beauty. And her and Sally is the only two orphans we've been able to save. But they should do well. They're getting bigger and bigger all the time. Little buddy's horns is getting bigger, and he's actually putting on a little bit of weight. Finally. You know, Benelli is an awfully slim and trim. Of course, she's got so much energy and she runs so much. Slim and trim Labrador. And we don't worry about her having worms or something because we know that she's had all of her shots and her pills and worming pills and everything. So maybe she's just a Dolan over there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Another start to another gorgeous day. Forecast 100 degrees again in southern Oklahoma. But, friends and neighbors, cool is on the way. Cooler, I should say. Apache has just filled the feeders with some South Fresh deer food. He's got his buddy there beside him, King Cash. Hi, King Cash. We call him King Cash because he's got a green crown, color of money. King Cash. Got a good name for him, Apache?
Yeah.
Apache, somebody suggested that we call the white babies, the albino babies, Hansel and Gretel.
Oh.
Do you know who Hansel and Gretel is?
Not really.
Not really. What's from a nursery rhyme. Hansel and Gretel is from a nursery rhyme. I figured it's probably something else in Spanish. By the way, I got this bad cold I've got some Mexican honey.
No.
San Pedro honey. You ever heard of it?
No.
San Pedro honey, and it's all in I think Sherry brought it back from South America or Mexico.
Oh.
And I've been taking it. But you look at these two deer right here. That's of course a wild deer right there. I believe that was Fat Boy. Isn't that Fat Boy?
Yeah, that's Fat Boy.
That's Fat Boy. He's going to have some big ones. We got one of the red tag here with her little baby from last year. Now, one of the red tags we have is twins. The twins that are running around are wet red tags. But you can see we got 4 bucks here this morning. Apache, this morning early, that baby calf was trying to play with Forrest and his daddy. He was running and jumping at them. They were running from him. And finally, Forrest reared back and kind of went at him with his horns. And there's another wild deer right back there. That wild deer's waiting on Apache and I to leave. He's not really afraid of Apache and I. You can see that's one of our really good deer. That deer doesn't appear to have any brow tines, Apache.
No.
And looking at it, and that's something. He looks like he could have some drop or something down there. I don't know. Hard to tell. But anyway, get looking really, really close. Yeah, buddy. That's some big antlers. Alrighty. Chris and I are going to head to church, Apache. Fat Boy looking good.
Yeah.
Got some scars around his neck where he was fighting last year. Those big boys do some damage, him fighting. No doubt about that. What a great way to end this week's Antlers videos. Several of them right there to feeder eating, along with a doe or two. And we've thrown some food out to the side. And so we're not getting a great look at them, but we'll zoom in there and we can really see that those antlers are growing. We've been up close to most of those big bucks. We got 3 or 4 little wild bucks in there with the bunch. And so I'm not going to go out there and they'll run off. They're enjoying. And they're also getting used to being around close, getting around close to the house. But you can see there, there's a pile of bucks right there. There's a 8 or 10 point right there. And Forrest is right in the middle. You can see his green crown. There's some does off to the side. I don't know how many does are there. There's not really any way to tell. We got
3 or 4 deer that are behind the tree there that you can't even see at all. And I think all of those are antlered deer. And so we have just quite a deal there. The antlers are grown a lot this week. They will continue to grow throughout this month and next. Part of next, they should start rubbing sometimes here in the near future. But you can see Forrest there has got that 3 or 4 coming out the top. It looks like it might even be 4 in that one little spot there. Just amazing, amazing deer. And burn cans, which you don't see in too many places around America, except in redneck land. Guys and girls, have a great one. Remember, I sure do love you.